Hello, this is Anurag from Gann Academy and I'm back with another analysis. Last time when we met it was 3rd of November and we were heading towards a very important and crucial week, the US presidential election. Now all that is over. Today is 17th November 2024. So let's see how we performed and how the analysis did. I had posted this in the last video where I'd mentioned about the various forecasted dates for Nifty, Bitcoin, S&P and EURUSD. So let's see how we have performed. First we'll pick up Nifty here. So we see that we have the Nifty chart here. We had anticipated a 6th or 7th will be a low here, and if you see here we had a low on the 5th, so it was minus 1 day, which is valid. Then the trend was supposed to go up, and then on the 11th we were supposed to form a high. This was supposed to be an inversion high. So if you see here on the 11th we formed a high here. This is an inversion high here, and then after that the trend started moving down. So the trend has started going down here, and then we see that 13th is supposed to be a low, and here if you see 13th is supposed to be a low. So 13th was a low here. So we are anticipating for the next move, which is going to come up in the next few days. It has already been announced on our subscription channel. So we see that Nifty has performed as per expectation. So some of you may question that why have I taken this high and I have not taken this high? Well, in case of lunar cycles, they have their own patterns and they keep repeating from the past. This particular high which is caused here possibly was caused by Venus, because Venus has changed its sign. There was a Venus ingress which happened. So this was a spike which happened because of the Venus ingress. So it was a Venus cycle which actually created this. When we are dealing with moon cycles, they have their own fixed patterns, and once you know how to find those patterns, which we teach in the Lunar Master course, you'll be able to understand why I've taken this particular high. So next we move on to the next commodity, that is BTC. So I have BTC here. We were expecting a high on the 8th here, and the high actually came in on the 11th. So it became plus 3 days. Fortunately, our indicator did not give us a sell call, and we had anticipated that Bitcoin is going to move in a major way. So this move was according to what we had anticipated. After that, 11th November, we saw we are expecting a low inversion chance. So we had a low here on 11th, plus 1 day, 12th we had a low. And then we are expecting a high again on the 13th or the 14th. So we hit high on the 13th here. And now we are moving towards a low on 19th of November. So we should see a low on 19th of November, and then we should see the price heading upwards again. So overall, Bitcoin actually performed very well. We did have a gap of 2 days here, but then since we were long on the side, it didn't make much of a difference. So this is Bitcoin for you. The next, let us also look into S&P. S&P is a new forecast which we are doing for the public now. So let's see how we performed in S&P. So in case of S&P, it's a very interesting study. S&P, we were expecting 6th or 7th to be a low. So we see that we had a low on the 5th, which is minus 1 day, acceptable. We are expecting an inversion high on the 12th. So this is an inversion high on the 12th, which happened. After the inversion high, we were expecting a low on the 13th. 13th was supposed to be a low. So this was 13th, which was supposed to be a low. And then after that, we are expecting another pivot on the 19th November, which is supposed to be high. It is possible that the inversion has not happened. If the inversion has not happened, in that case, 13th will actually become a high here. This will become a high here. And 19th will become a low, and then we should move up. So we'll wait. In this case, since we don't have clarity about the inversion, we will wait for one more cycle, the 19th pivot to get formed, and then we'll have clarity about the movement ahead. So this is the S&P for you. Now let's look into the EURUSD. We have EURUSD here. We were expecting a high on the 6th or the 7th. So we actually got a high on the 6th. And then we were expecting it to move down and form an inversion low on the 13th. This was supposed to be an inversion low. So 13th we did come down to 13th. 14th we must have formed an inversion low. So this is possibly an inversion low here. And then we are expecting a high again on the 14th. So the high actually has come on the 15th. Again, here we don't have a clarity whether this inversion has hit or not. So we'll have to wait for the next pivot, which is on the 21st, to get a clarity of the picture here. In case if this inversion has happened, then we are expecting a low pivot on the 21st. So this clarity we'll get in the next 2-3 days. So this is how all the forecasts have played out, and I'm very happy with what has happened because the forecast has been on dot. In case of BTC, we were just plus 2 days extra, but then overall it has been a fantastic forecast. As for the US election, we were anticipating a a repeat of 2016 given on the lunar cycles of all these stocks, and that is exactly what has happened. Donald Trump has won, and it was as we had expected. So this is proof enough that lunar cycles can be used very effectively for finding out cycles in advance. So it can be used for forecasting any commodity, any trade. Here we have taken up 4 commodities, 4 different type of instruments, and we see that we have hit a very high success rate in all of these. So you can continue using lunar cycles to redefine your trading and get that elusive edge which is missing in your trading. And another good news is that we have launched the S&P and the EURUSD forecast on 15th of November. So this is available for subscription here. So now you can visit our website gann.academy to know more about it and subscribe. And see you again in the next video. All the best. Bye-bye.